There is a big, bright future for the newly formed VUDU Fandango. Hey everyone, this is Kevin, the Entrepreneur. Welcome to my media channel. This is where we talk about movies, streaming, physical media, and all that fun stuff. So if you enjoy that stuff, please consider subscribing and smashing that like button, especially for interesting news like today's news article. Now, we had reported a few months ago that Fandango was a surprise purchaser of VUDU. Wal-Mart used to own VUDU, and they didn't really do that much with it. They were kind of gung-ho about streaming when they started, but then as they started seeing like the Disney Pluses, the Apple TV Pluses, the Paramount Pluses, geez, is there any other name a service can be called other than Plus and Peacock, I suppose? I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, Walmart kind of lost interest in it, and they put VUDU up for sale, which I always thought was kind of strange. VUDU was one of the main gold standards for buying and purchasing streaming content, especially TV shows, which Movies Anywhere still doesn't do, to my knowledge. But Fandango was the purchaser of VUDU. Now, we didn't know what they were going to do with it. Were they going to shutter VUDU and fold it into FandangoNOW? Were they going to fold Fandango down to VUDU? Well, they decided to fold FandangoNOW into VUDU, and it is now called VUDU Fandango. You can see the new logo on the right of me. So that's what happened there, but then they made a huge move that, quite frankly, shocked me, but it makes perfect sense, and it shows that, yes, Walmart could have been a serious competitor if they could think outside the box, so to speak, because VUDU has officially become Roku's official movie and TV store. And of course, the FandangoNOW brand has been killed. This is from Variety. After more than 5 years, FandangoNOW is going away. Fandango, NBC Universal's movie ticketing and home entertainment division, has merged FandangoNOW with VUDU, the movie and TV rental and electronic sell-through service it bought from Walmart last year. Starting Tuesday, which has come and gone by the time of this video going up, the newly updated VUDU will replace FandangoNOW as the official movie and TV store on Roku. VUDU uses Roku Pay, the streaming platform's in-app payment service. In addition, FandangoNOW customers can now transfer their accounts and movie and TV collections to VUDU. Fandango acquired digital entertainment provider MGO in 2016 from Technicolor and DreamWorks Animation, which it renamed FandangoNOW. Fandango inherited MGO's deal with Roku to be the default movie and TV store on Roku's platform, originally inked in 2013. So I guess this has been around for a while, correction, but still, it's good. So Fandango execs concluded that VUDU had stronger brand name recognition than FandangoNOW. In a statement, Fandango said, by bringing its two services together on VUDU, Fandango will be able to rapidly innovate and make bolder, faster enhancements to benefit consumers and partners, especially important during an ever-changing media landscape. Major VUDU competitors include Apple, Amazon, and Google. So yeah, VUDU Fandango, as it is now called, is now the official movie store for Roku, and that is not something to sneeze about. Now, here's the thing. Some people don't realize how big Roku is. Like, do you want to know how big Roku is? Let's take a moment to look at Roku stock. You might be surprised. This is how big Roku is. $391.95 stock day. Now it's down a little bit today, but look, it was easily over 400, and you go by the 5-year, look at that growth. Roku is a very big deal, and the reason Roku has that growth is because they are the #1 streaming box service. Basically, if you are not on Roku when you launch a streaming service, just ask HBO Max, you might be playing catch up for a while. And look, I like my Apple TV. My Apple TV sits over there comfortably. The screensaver is being played off that Apple TV. But I have to acknowledge that Roku is the bigger box. When it comes to Apple and Roku having sway, they both have a lot of sway, but if they went up to Disney, for example, and said, you have to choose one of us, there is a pretty good chance Disney would pick Roku because Roku is in more houses. It is much more inexpensive to get a Roku. It's not as difficult to understand the Roku. Some people like the Roku controller better. Who knows? And now with VUDU Fandango placed front and center as the official movie store for the Roku boxes, well, VUDU is going to get a lot of new consumers. Now, some people still don't use VUDU because they'd rather just stream movies rather than buy purchase movies. You know what? I can understand that. I myself buy less movies in general because there are now streaming options, but I still prefer VUDU when it comes time to redeem that Movies Anywhere code, of which I redeemed 3 of them this week, so I'm still doing a fair amount of buying, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I will end it right there. But before we go, I would like to say this channel has just passed 400 subscribers. Thank you all very, very much. I mean, I know some people say, well, that's not a very big number. It doesn't matter. The fact is, it is hard to get subscribers of any kind to subscribe to your channel. And so every time I pass a milestone like 400, I appreciate every little bit of success. Like, some people make YouTube channels and spend years, you know, making content and never getting any views or subscribers. This particular channel has been up for just a couple of years and it's already got 400. So I want to say thank you so much for those of you who made it happen. And if you have not subscribed yet but want to do so now because you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor and maybe even yourself a favor by hitting that subscribe button below, liking it. You can share this video with other friends who you think might like it. And of course, I would like to know what you think of this news, and if you think this is going to make VUDU a bigger name than it already is. There's a comment section below. Even though I can't respond to every single one of them, I do read every single comment. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.